Hello students. Today we will be taking subject juvenile delinquency, unit 1, that juvenile delinquency in India, the crime statistics and situation in India, how much they are overall, how much juvenile delinquency is observed in India. So unit 1, that we have started with introduction, and then we taken what is the meaning of juvenile delinquency, then what is juvenile delinquent behavior, what are the causes and factors responsible for the juvenile delinquency. Then we also seen what is mean by delinquent juveniles and what is neglected juvenile. Now in law we are not going to use these words, that delinquent juvenile or neglected juvenile, but we use word juvenile in conflict with the law and juvenile in need of law. Now the third part of our syllabus, that is overall situation of children, young persons in India, and the crime statistics, that crime by and crime against juvenile in India, the latest position. So this we will be seeing. Earlier also we have seen that juvenile, they are the assets of the nation, and they should be preserved, because if you are not going to preserve the juvenile, then the nation will not get good citizens in future. So here the concept and causes of juvenile delinquency we have already understood. આપણે પહેલાં જોઈ લીધું છે કે કિશોરવયીન અપરાધ એ જે ટર્મ છે એ ટર્મનું મિનિંગ શું છે, અર્થ શું છે, જુવેનાઇલ ડેલિન્ક્વન્ટ એટલે એવો બિહેવિયર કોને કહેવાય, અને સમાજની એમના પ્રત્યે ધારણા કેવી હોય છે, રાઈટ. Now we know that delinquency is such a behavior that juvenile which is socially not permitted in any society. એવું વર્તન હોય છે કિશોરવયીન બાળકોનું કે જે સમાજબાહ્ય છે, જેની સમાજને જે કૃત્ય સમાજને માન્ય નથી, અને એવા કૃત્યોને આપણે ગુનાહિત કૃત્ય તરીકે ઓળખશું. હવે જુવેનાઇલ ડેલિન્ક્વન્સી જે છે એના કોઝેટિવ ફેક્ટર્સ શું છે એ પણ આપણે જોયું હતું. તો કોઝેટિવ ફેક્ટર્સમાં પણ ઘણીવાર આપણે જોયું કે પાવર્ટી, neglection from the parents, then orphanage, then various other conditions which are mental or social or traditional, that can be the reason for being delinquent behavior. So juvenile delinquency is increasing because of various reasons. There may be social factors, economical factors also, and sometimes there may be moral factors also. So now we will see how the situation in ઇન્ડિયામાં કેવી સિચ્યુએશન છે જુવેનાઇલની, અને ઇન્ડિયામાં જે લોકો જનરલી જુવેનાઇલ ડેલિન્ક્વન્ટ કહેવાય છે એની પાછળના રીઝન શું હોય છે એ પણ આપણે જોઈશું. ફર્સ્ટ ઓફ ઓલ we will see that there are various factors which are responsible for the juvenile behavior of delinquent behavior of the juveniles, and it is social factor. So the social evils are prevalent to juvenile in the society, like gender discrimination, જે ભેદભાવ રાખવામાં આવે છે છોકરા અને છોકરી પ્રત્યે, અને ઘરમાં જે એમને દુય્યમ પ્રકારની ટ્રીટમેન્ટ આપવામાં આવે છે, તો એનું પણ રીઝન છે કે જે કિશોરવયીન બાળકો છે એમના મન પર ગહેરી અસર થઈ જાય, અને પછી એ લોકો એવા ટાઈપનું બિહેવિયર કરવા લાગે છે જે સમાજને માન્ય નથી હોતો કે પેરેન્ટ્સને માન્ય નથી હોતો. તો છે કે જેન્ડર ડિસ્ક્રિમિનેશન છે, રેશિયલ ડિસ્ક્રિમિનેશન છે, ચાઇલ્ડ લેબર છે, બાળ મજૂરી કરાવવામાં આવે છે, સેક્સ ડિટર્મિનેશન છે. તો આ પ્રકારના જે કારણો છે એના લીધે પણ જુવેનાઇલ ડેલિન્ક્વન્સી આપણને જોવા મળે છે. બીજું એક છે કે જુવેનાઇલ્સ દે આર ડેવલપ્ડ ઇન સચ delinquent behavior by subculture because of culture deprivation and status frustration that they may suffer in their early age. જેવું કે ડૉક્ટરનો છોકરો છે, મા બાપ બંને ડૉક્ટર હશે તો એ સતત દબાણ કરતા રહે કે ભાઈ તારે તો સારી રીતે ભણવું જ પડશે, ડૉક્ટર બનવું પડશે, અમારો સ્ટેટસનો સવાલ છે. હવે છોકરાને જો કલામાં મ્યુઝિકમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ હોય અને એનું જીવ જો એ મ્યુઝિકમાં કરિયર કરવા પાછળ પડ્યો હોય તો એને ગમતું ના હોય, પણ આજે સતતનું દબાણ એના પર થાય છે અભ્યાસ માટે અને સ્ટેટસ જાળવી રાખવા માટે, તો બની શકે કે એ આગળ જતાં વિદ્રોહ કરી બેસે. એટલે જુવેનાઇલ ડેલિન્ક્વન્સીનો આ પણ એક રીઝન છે કે સોશિયલ સ્ટેટસનું જે દબાણ છે એ પણ કિશોરવયીન બાળકો પર વધારે પડતું પ્રત્યાઘાત આપે છે. પછી આ સોશિયલ ફેક્ટર જે છે એ જનરલી પિયર પ્રેશર પણ હોય કે આજુબાજુના છોકરાઓ જોડે એમની કોમ્પિટિશન કરવામાં આવે છે. ભણવામાં જે એના નબળા વિદ્યાર્થી હોય તો એમના પર ઘરેથી બહુ સ્ટ્રેસ આપવામાં આવે છે, નેગેટિવ કમેન્ટ્સ આપવામાં આવે છે. તો ઓલ ધીઝ ફેક્ટર્સ દે આર also making stress on the children, and due to these social reasons they may sometimes behave delinquently, and they may turn into such activities, indulge in such activities which are not as per the norms of civilized society, and then we call them as delinquent juveniles. Then another factor is psychological factors. So these are the psychological factors where the ego is hurt of the children, and they are not in self-control or social control, and the impact of such negative comments or other stress that burst out into delinquent behavior. Then there are certain biological factors. The biological factors may also that sometimes they have some genetic issues or the sexual problems, or they may are not exactly the capatives of biological designing, or hormonal changes also make them that raging or variation in their impulse and motive, and in that way the biological factors also responsible for delinquent behavior. Then economic factors, sometimes that poverty and economic status of the family, that also make stressful condition for a child and his friends. So here again this factor is depending on the society itself. So the parents can take care that children should not be coming under the stress of economic factor, and they should be given their space for education and social and integral development. Then family structure, sometimes the family disturbance or such other reasons, broken family or single parent families or parents fights and other things which are related to disturb the children's mental condition, and that may tend him to indulge in such such friends which are not from good behavior, or which are indulged in antisocial work, so or in criminal activities. So this is also the reason. આવું આપણે જોયું છે કે જે છોકરાને ઘરેથી પ્રેમ મળતું ના હોય, સપોર્ટ ના મળતું હોય, તો એ પછી સેમ થિંગ બહાર શોધવા જાય છે, અને પછી બહાર એવા અસામાજિક તત્વો ગેરફાયદા લઈને આવા છોકરાઓ પાસે અનૈતિક કૃત્ય કરાવે છે, ચોરી મારી કરાવે છે, ખોટું બોલવા માટે પ્રેરિત કરાય છે, અથવા એમનો મિસયુઝ કરાય છે, અબ્યુઝ કરાય છે. તો આ બધી વસ્તુ જે છે એ ડિપેન્ડ્સ ઓન ધ ફેમિલી ફેક્ટર ઓલ્સો. Then there are many other reasons also, stress of the peer or neglection from the society or the families, that also make the juvenile to tend in such antisocial behavior or illegal activities. Now we will see the juvenile justice system in India. The term juvenile justice that was sought to be clarified by the 6th United Nations Congress on the Prevention of Crime and Treatment of Offenders in the view of different interpretation made of it during the meeting. So juvenile justice was derived from a belief that the problem of juvenile delinquency and youth in abnormal situations are not amenable to resolution within the framework of traditional process of criminal law. The juvenile justice system therefore is not much designed to respond to the needs of the young offenders. The main role of juvenile justice that has been divided into two ways. That one principal role is to provide the specialized and preventive treatment services to the children, and secondary principal role is the prevention, rehabilitation, improved socialization. Then juvenile justice system is also based on the theory that a child is immature in nature and he is not able to understand the consequences of this act, and due to the immaturity it is very easy to motivate them for criminal activities and antisocial activities. So our society also follows the reformation and rehabilitation approach to the children who are found to be delinquent, and so their future can be get secure, and they can be a good citizen, or they should be restored as a good citizen to the society back. So these are the things which are to be taken into consideration while deciding the juvenile justice administration. Now we also made changes in India, the need of new legislation for children, that after British rule, and the specific laws were passed between 1850 and 1919, like Apprentice Act 1850, then the Code of Criminal Procedure 1861, and the Reformative School Act 1876 and 1897. So the first central legislation that was passed in 1986, the Juvenile Justice Act, and it provides uniformity in the entire country in the context of juvenile justice law. And in the case of Sheila Barse, that we have seen that the children who are languishing in the jails without any reason with their parents, or such, the Supreme Court said that there is a need for uniform law, and Parliament should enact central legislation for the juvenile, that children should not suffer because of the parents or such criminal acts of their relatives. So after the recommendations of Supreme Court, this Juvenile Justice Act 1986 was enacted, and it was passed to provide care, protection, treatment, development, rehabilitation of neglected and delinquent juveniles, and for the settlement of certain other matters related to and disposition of the juvenile delinquent cases. So Juvenile Justice Act is founded on certain guiding principles that which may be based on the rules and fundamental principles. So emphasis is also made on the integration of the child into the family system, and to ensure the care and protection of all kinds of exploitation or exploitative situations. So this was the main thing that to be considered with the justice of juvenile or delinquent or neglected juvenile. So India also made certain fundamental principles that to administer the juvenile justice on a central uniform line. So let us see those fundamental principles which are important for us. The basic fundamentals on which juvenile justice should be administered, that they are the principle of family responsibility. First of all, સૌથી પહેલાં કુટુંબની જવાબદારી આવશે. ભાઈ કુટુંબ છે તો બાળકોનું ભવિષ્ય સિક્યોર થશે, સારું કુટુંબ હશે તો. Then for second, it should be the positive measures to પ્રમોટ ધ વેલબિંગ ઓફ ધ ચાઇલ્ડ, એટલે ચિલ્ડ્રેનનું જે સારા વર્તનની અપેક્ષા કરવી હોય તો એમના સારા ભવિષ્ય માટે આપણે કંઈક કરવું પડશે. તો એના માટે તમે ઉપાય યોજના કરશો. એ ક્યાંથી શરૂ થશે? તો એ ફેમિલીથી જ શરૂ થશે ને. દેન રિડ્યુસ ધ વલ્નરેબિલિટીઝ એન્ડ એન્હાન્સમેન્ટ ઓફ ચાઇલ્ડ આઇડેન્ટિટી. જે કિશોર વયીન બાળકો છે એમનામાં જે વલ્નરેબિલિટી છે, એમની જે પોટેન્શિયલ છે એને ઓળખીને એમના માટે સારા કૃત્યની, સારા વર્તનની અપેક્ષા રાખવી હોય તો એમના માટે એવા એક્ટિવિટીઝ, એમની ડેવલપમેન્ટની ઉપાય યોજના કરવી પડશે. દેન પ્રિન્સિપલ ઓફ નોન વેવર ઓફ રાઇટ્સ. જે લોકો પોતાના રાઇટ્સ પ્રત્યે સજાગ નથી અથવા જે પોતે એ જાણતા જ નથી કે આપણને કયા રાઇટ્સ મળે છે અને કયા નહીં, તો એમના માટે અવેરનેસ પ્રોગ્રામની જરૂર છે. એમને પ્રિન્સિપલ ઓફ નોન વેવર ઓફ રાઇટની ટ્રીટમેન્ટની જરૂર છે. દેન પ્રિન્સિપલ ઓફ લાસ્ટ રિઝોર્ટ, એટલે છેલ્લી જવાબદારી કોની છે? તો સરકારની આવશે, કેમ કે બાળકો એ કોઈ પણ દેશનું ભવિષ્ય છે. તો સરકાર એમના માટે કંઈક સારી એવી ઉપાય યોજના કરે તો એમને બધા લાભ મળે. પેરેન્ટ્સને આપણે પહેલાંથી જાગૃત કરવા પડશે. પ્રિન્સિપલ ઓફ ડિગ્નિટી એન્ડ વર્થ. દેન પ્રિન્સિપલ ઓફ ઇક્વાલિટી એન્ડ નોન ડિસ્ક્રિમિનેશન. પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ ઓફ રાઇટ ટુ બી હર્ડ. The principles of safety, no harm, no abuse, no neglect, no exploitation. This way, the criminal justice system for juveniles, they should be set up on a strong foundation of certain principles where we have to follow the norms, we have to follow care and protection of the children principle. The principle of best interest and principle of right to privacy and confidentiality, because if juveniles are affected by such publicity against them regarding their delinquent behavior, then their future will not be restored back to the society in a good citizen. So these are the principles which should be followed while deciding the cases related to juvenile justice. So in this way, India also made certain clauses and provisions to protect the interest of juveniles while making criminal justice administration system. So let us see what are the current trends under criminal law. અત્યારે ભારતમાં આપણે જ્યારે જુવેનાઇલની વાત આવે ત્યારે કેવી રીતે ટ્રીટ કરતા હોય છે. So all the enactments we are trying to bring an increasing number of children within the ambit of juvenile justice. In Nirbhaya case also we have seen that the social media was making continuous protest against the brutal rape, and the media put the trial on such a way that courts also required to change the attributes of juvenile in that particular case. Also they have to revise the criminal procedure code also. So this is what the role of media. They have behaved with responsibility and tried to give the justice to the victim of such brutal rape, where juvenile were indulged in criminal act, heinous crime of rape, that the juvenile who may be getting the benefit of such clause in Juvenile Justice Act, and hence the media played very important and crucial role to make a change in principle of such definition. Okay, then in this way we see that in Nirbhaya's case there was one accused person who was minor and just few months was remaining to come up him to age. So in this way he may be getting a wrong benefit of such clause in the Juvenile Justice Act. So here the Supreme Court allowed the Juvenile Court to give its verdict based on the principles of law, but the mother victim criticizes the verdict and says that not punishing the accused the court is encouraging the other teenagers to commit similar offences. So judiciary is an important part of the state, so they should think about if there is such lacunas in the legal principle. So after that we have seen that the criminal procedure code amendment in 2013 has been undergone, and then we have certain changes in the code. So here the overview of Juvenile Justice Act, if we see that after this brutal case, Justice A.S. Verma, who gave the amendment to criminal laws, and his committee also, the committee categorically rejected the demand of lowering the age of juvenile to 16. Though there was much discussion on this, that the person એ જે નિર્ભયા કેસમાં એક સગીર વયનો અપરાધી હતો, જેની ઉંમર 18 વર્ષ પૂરું કરવામાં થોડીક જ ઓછી હતી, એટલે 17 વર્ષની સમથિંગ હતું. તો બધાએ એવી ડિમાન્ડ રાખી આખા સમાજમાં, ભારતમાં આખા એના પડસાદ હતા કે ભાઈ હવે જુવેનાઇલની ડેફિનેશન બદલીને 16 વર્ષ કરી નાખો. એ 16 વર્ષ આ બેસિસ પર કે ભાઈ જો બાળકો એ જે કૃત્ય કરી રહ્યા છે, રેપ જેવા કૃત્ય કરી રહ્યા છે, ત્યારે એ જો એ કૃત્યની સિરિયસતા સમજતા હોય અને એ કૃત્યનો આનંદ પણ લેતા હોય છે, જે પદ્ધતિથી જે વિકૃતતાથી એમને છોકરીને મારી નાખ્યો, ત્યારે એ બાળકો તરીકે કોઈ હક કે કોઈ રાઇટ્સ કે પ્રિવિલેજ ભોગવવાના લાયક નથી, અને એમને તમે મેચ્યોર પુખ્ત વયના ડિસાઇડ કરો અને જુવેનાઇલની ડેફિનેશન 18 વર્ષ કરતાં ઓછી એટલે 16 વર્ષ તમે કરી નાખો. બટ ધ કમિટી ફ્રોમ જસ્ટિસ A.S. Verma, he not agree with that, and the committee categorically rejected the demand of lowering such age. But instead the opinion was that a need to reform and restructure the existing juvenile justice and welfare system, and welfare of the system, and that should be called more strict implementation of the act, and there should be no use of reducing the age limit, but the Juvenile Justice Act should be revised with stringent provisions. So what are the criteria and loopholes that we have faced during this case regarding the Juvenile Justice Act 2015? So first of all, the discretionary power of Juvenile Justice Board. What lacuna we have faced and we came to experience is that there are certain discretionary powers of the Juvenile Justice Board which are not sufficient to take a clear provision in which a case will be transferred to the court and juvenile is treated as an adult. So this is the ambiguity, that whether the court is empowered, whether the court is competent to treat such case where the person indulged is juvenile and he should be treated as an adult. So this ambiguity should be removed totally. Either it should be whether the criteria should be given with the gravity of the offence or seriousness of the offence, and the court should be empowered to hand over such cases to any other court, or the Juvenile Justice Board should be given such discretionary powers to sentence them with hardened punishment. Now there are certain circumstances where the Juvenile Justice Board to transfer such case to adult court and another case does not refer to the case to the adult court. So here again which type of cases should be transferred and which type of cases should not be transferred, that was also ambiguous, and that's why the provision of the law fails to decide the criteria. Then in the act, the principle of fresh start for securing the rights of juveniles in erasing the record of juvenile offenders. Then there is racial qualifying of offenders on the basis of race, caste, religion, background, that was also ambiguity. So basic objective of any act is to welfare of the society, and the main purpose of the Juvenile Justice Act is also the welfare of the children. But in 2015 the act was against this idea, because treating the children above the age of 15 years as an adult, then in the heinous crime, then make them criminal behavior, and leading to the hardened criminal. So this essence of social welfare of the children, that has been beaten by this provision. So again the ambiguity led to the court while changing the Juvenile Justice Act into good implementation, or making some amendments. So what amendments should be given? That the basic reason why these amendments are required, and why the reasons that juvenile should be treated as adult. That the basic reason for increasing the number of juveniles in crime, that has been much increasing. Then the measures to be taken, they are also not sufficient, and that is why the basic essence of Juvenile Justice Act have been failed while preparing this code. Now let's see what are the judicial trends in protecting juvenile delinquency. So role of the court is very important for securing the rights of human indulged, even including the child. So children are the future of the nation, and they should be preserved. So if you see that Supreme Court, in the case of re-exploitation of children in orphanages in the state of Tamil Nadu and India, that there was a serious crime against the children, and they were exploited by the guardians themselves, by the of the orphanages. And at that time the court said that the definition of expression child in need of care and protection is more widened, and they should be given protection by the law also. So this is what we have seen in the Juvenile Justice Act. Now juvenile delinquency is not very severe, but if there is any grave offence, and if it has different effect on the social order in the country, so the increased rate of juvenile crime should be lowered by the treatment and legal precautions. So the cases are of different nature from the ordinary cases, and in such the juveniles should be treated with care and protection, and they are required to handle with more care. So if you see overall statistics in the country by and against the crime against the children, then again you can see that there are increasing rate of crime against children, and they should be stopped at particular point by the law itself. So this way dear students, આપણે અત્યાર સુધી જુવેનાઇલ જસ્ટિસમાં જેટલા લેક્ચર્સ લીધા એમાં યુનિટ 1 આપણે કવર કરી લીધું છે. તમે પોતાની રીતે પણ પ્રિપરેશન કરજો. જુવેનાઇલ જસ્ટિસ એક્ટનું જે આપણું યુનિટ 1 છે, જેમાં ધ કન્સેપ્શન ઓફ ચાઇલ્ડ અંડર ઇન્ડિયન કોન્સ્ટિટ્યુશન, then under Indian Penal Code, then delinquent juvenile, neglected juvenile, and overall situation of the children under Indian laws, that we have seen, and crime statistics also we have seen. Now unit 1 is finished, and I hope you all people are writing your assignments also. So we will see the another part in unit 2. Okay, so now in the next lecture we will start with unit 2 of the juvenile justice, juvenile delinquency, right? Subject juvenile delinquency. Okay, bye, take care, and study well for your examination.